nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Well, that's what the New York Giants get once again. This is Tim's New York Giants Trade Talk. Hard on like Big Blue LLC. We drop another heartbreaker to the Dallas Cowboys 27-20. Game wasn't as close as the score indicates. Giants get that late touchdown with a little over 2 minutes left in the fourth. Interior defense, once again, is the not even interior defense. We should say the inability to stop the run and get off the field is a hallmark of this team. We spoke about this since training camp. If I was any team in the NFL, I would just consistently run against the Giants because it really just doesn't make a difference because they can't figure out how to stop the run. Dallas, though, did have 32 carries for 122, 3.8 yards a carry. Rico Dowell, or Dowd, I don't know who the hell Rico is until today. 22 carries for 112 yards, 5.1 yards, and the touchdown. You know, Drew Lock had some plays. He made some mistakes. 21-32 from 178 in the interception. He had the big touchdown run. Tyron Tracy also had the touchdown run. You got to give Tracy credit today. And why we got to give Tracy credit today? He didn't fumble. But don't worry, the venerable Eric Gray fumbled on a kickoff, but luckily the Giants recovered that. I mean, this team is what they are. I mean, they are a team, we've said it before, they are a team that's a collection of talent that has been cut and paste together. There's no continuity on this roster. You have individual talent, but not a lot of team talent. We'll go over that next week because this is going to be the only video until Monday. We might do a live stream on Sunday. I haven't decided yet. But they're a team with individual talent and not a collection of team talent. And it's just not well put together. Plain and simple. This team is not well put together. They're not well constructed. They let better talent leave than the talent that they have. And that's really the end of the story. That's really the entire gist of this. They are now 2-10. I mean, I think Daboll's cooked. I think Shane may fire Daboll to save his own ass because he seems like the swarmy asshole enough that he would end up doing that. Even though Mara should just can them both because you've steadily gotten worse since going to 7-2. You go 7-2, 2-5-1, 6-11, and now 2-10. All these guys just need to be kicked out. The Giants have. I mean, I like I said, I don't even know what to tell you anymore, guys. I wish I did. There was a couple things in the game that JMS gave up another sack. He gave up his, I think his 6th sack, which leads all centers. The bull rush from the interior line from the Cowboys was basically getting to Drew Lock at will. I mean, you know what the interesting thing was? I never thought I was going to like Tom Brady as an announcer. I actually kind of do like Tom Brady as an announcer. He's very insightful. He gives you a lot of good insight. I like him better than Tony Romo, which I don't think is really saying that much. But he really does give you insight. And he gives you good, venerable insight into certain things. And one of the comments that he made, which I thought was quite apropos, he spoke about Daniel Jones a little bit. And he basically spoke about how Daniel Jones requested, and a lot of people, especially the Jones lovers, don't understand this. Jones requested his own release. The Giants didn't say they were going to release him. Jones came to the team. And basically Brady said that Jones quit on the Giants. And Brady said, I would do anything that a team like the Giants did for me and put their faith in me over and over again. I would do anything the team asked me to do. And basically he said that Daniel Jones left. I thought that. I've talked to former players that thought the same thing, that Daniel Jones quit on the Giants, not the other way around. But I just thought that was very interesting the way that came out. Want to talk about Malik Nabers a second? Not to rag on the kid, but hey, listen. If you're going to run your mouth and the Dallas Cowboys for the majority of the game are going to go man-to-man and you get targeted 13 times and your longest reception is 18 yards and you only have 8 catches, I think someone here, Malik, would like you to speak and tell us some things. You had 3 drops in the first half. You had that bad drop in the middle of the field where you basically alligator armed it. I was like, I would watch and go, he just literally alligator. The little T-Rex arms came out, a little flapping in the breeze. And he wants to sit here and be the leader, the voice of the team. Well, 8 for 68 8 catches for 69 yards, 8.6, targeted 13 times, 3 drops. Yeah, that's not really going to cut it, Malik. I laugh because there was a giant beat writer that basically came out and said, for all the old people out there to keep saying that this wouldn't fly in the 80s, these kids get paid, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that way. Yeah, that was a stupid fucking statement. So that's gonna be our stupid Twitter. That's gonna be our stupid Twitter post of the day next Monday, because of the fact that if you're gonna run your mouth and not do anything, you better make sure the next game you do something. 8 for 69 for 8.6, 13 targets. That's not doing a lot, Malik. That's not doing a lot. Basically this is 2 bad teams that played today on Thanksgiving. And I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And the Cowboys were a little better than the Giants. Plain and simple. Giants, of course, trying to lock in that draft position with what do we got? We're 2-10, so it's 12. It was 5 games to go. We're 0 in the division, so that's always fun. I mean, how does Mara stomach this? You see him in the press box, and you're just kind of like, how do you stomach this shit? How do you go to this game every day and watch this and be like, yeah, this you know what? I don't have any problem with this. I mean, I would just be like, yeah, you didn't lose as bad as you should have, and you got that late touchdown to make the score look close. But you're horrid. What, it was 13 penalties? Jumping off sides? You got players, I love Tyler Newman and I love Drew Phillips. I like the way they play. But guys, you give up big plays. And Phillips is the bigger culprit of all this. Wrap up your tackles. Stop tackling with your shoulder. And I'm not talking the right way to tackle where you lead, which you lead with your shoulder and then you wrap around and drive to the turf. I mean, just trying to lay your shoulder into someone and knock them off balance and get them on the ground. You got to stop doing this. When did we all of a sudden forget to learn how to tackle? Phillips was a huge culprit of this today. It's like you want to get up there, you want to pump your chest, you want to do this when you have a good play, but then you have 3 bad plays in a row where you just shoulder tackle the guy, don't wrap up, and he continues to run. Tyler Newman had the same problem at times. Jason Pinnock had the same problem at times. Where are we at with this? And it's just one of those things. We watch this over and over again. And I've said this before. When Brian Burns came back, when Kayvon Thibodeau came back, he was not going to make Brian Burns any better. Brian Burns is better with Azeez Ojulari because, it was a return.
Submitted for your approval. The Ghost Brothers. Nobody needs to be afraid.
I mean, the Giants, once again, with no sacks. The Ghost Brothers in full effect. At least Burns had 3 tackles. But Kayvon Thibodeau, if he's got to learn to stay on sides. But you take a look at these 2 guys, and it's like, okay, we're projecting right now for Burns to have like 9 sacks for the season. And I always harken back to that interview that was on the NFL Network. I can't remember which pundit was doing the interview, but he said, Giants compensation-wise did a good deal to get Brian Burns, but you paid $120 million for an 8-sack guy. And he's on target for 9 sacks for the year. If even that, I don't know, man. I'm still looking at this myriad collection of talent and just saying this is just a poorly constructed team that it's kind of reached its crescendo a long time ago, and you can't beat a Dakless Dallas Cowboy team where CeeDee Lamb, I think he must have a shoulder injury, left sometime in the 3rd quarter, never came back, or maybe it was the 2nd quarter, I remember, never came back. You have your star wide receiver the other week running his mouth out. People want, how everyone's playing soft. Well, listen, sir. You got when you pull the alligator arms on 3rd down on a catchable ball, that's looking pretty soft to me. When you have 3 drops in the first half, that's looking pretty soft to me. So why don't we look in the mirror before we start throwing stones in the glass house? This team just sucks. Plain and simple. Team just sucks. We all know they suck. You know, it's not even worth reporting that they suck. We are going to start doing draft videos coming up, so that's going to be fun. We're going to look at the other quarterbacks besides the top 2, I think, sometime next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Hope everyone has themselves a wonderful and safe Turkey Day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, remember to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'll be awesome.